I still want you.
From my experience buying BTS tickets on the new Ticketmaster like queue system, because most likely BTS will be adding additional shows onto their stadium tour for the US, and I want you guys to be prepared. So, the first thing is make sure you have more than one form of payment just in case. So, for me, one of my cards would not work. Even though I put in the security code, it would not accept it, so I had to use a different form of payment. Luckily, I had an extra card with me. If I hadn't had that, I would have been out of luck. So either make sure you have multiple forms of payment saved, or make sure you have your cards with you, so that way you know that information. And even if you have your payments saved, you're going to need to know those security codes. So write them down if you don't know them by heart. Something that happened to me was that I had to keep re-signing in to like get to the page where I needed to pay. I had already signed in previously before I got into the queue, but for some reason, I guess it timed me out or just wanted me to re-sign in. So make sure you know your information by heart, or have it written down so that way you can have easy access to it. So the next thing is use several devices. So I use 2 phones and a computer, and that was definitely a great decision because sometimes your phone will get it before the computer will. Sometimes your computer will get it before the phone will. And then one of my devices, at least one of my devices, did not even make it to the end within like an hour, while the other ones went super fast. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it is just random, but definitely make sure you have several devices just in case, because one might get tickets and the other 2 might not, or the other however many might not. So make sure you have several devices. Also, with your devices, make sure your screens don't go to sleep. So I already knew this ahead of time, so I set my phone to sleep after 30 minutes. For some reason, it won't let me just let it not go to sleep, but I just made it 30 minutes, and then every so often I touched the screen so it would not go to sleep. So definitely you want to make sure you do that. So the next thing, to join the queue, you must refresh your page. So when you're sitting waiting for the countdown, at some point you're going to need to refresh, and then it's going to say join the queue. Once you do that, it's going to ask you to verify you're a human. It's going to have a little checkbox. It's going to ask you to, there's going to be some random pictures that are going to pop up. They're going to say put these in order. And then once you do that, then you have to do the captchas or whatever they're called. They're just annoying and I hate them. But they're like, oh, here are pictures of, like, select the pictures of bicycles, select the pictures of motorcycles, select, traffic lights. And I hate the storefronts because those always trip me up. So be prepared for that. Especially if you use multiple devices, make sure you're prepared to do captchas on all of them to join the queue. After you join the queue, though, you pretty much don't do anything. You just wait. And the queue is going to be a little bit, not slow, but the counter is like a minute slower than you think it would be. So like the tickets, like if they're supposed to go on sale at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., they're actually going on sale at like 10:01. Like that's when the queue actually opens up, and then you'll see that little running man. So don't worry that it's a little behind. That's normal. And then at that time, it will automatically refresh at like 10:01, and you're going to be in the queue. So some things about the Ticketmaster app and the website. So the website automatically lets you choose, like it'll choose like seats for you. So let's say someone beat you to some tickets, you selected them, they beat you, it will choose tickets for you. This happened to me. I wanted some tickets in a certain section. For some reason, someone grabbed them, and it was like, okay, here's some other tickets in the same section, different row. Go ahead and buy them. Like, it didn't give me a choice. It just said, here you go pay for them. And I didn't press the back button because I was scared to like lose my spot or just lose that ticket too. And I had no idea where it was. I was just like, but I did decide and get them. So That's one thing about the website I didn't really care for. It didn't let you just go back or like click out of it and then you just select a different one. It just literally went to the next page. Like it refreshed, said, "Oh, row and seat change. Here you go. Here's some tickets." I think it could be a good thing because at least if you want to be in that certain section, it gives you the next available, best available option. But if you want to specifically pick out your tickets, it can be kind of a pain. So the app, on the other hand, if someone beats you to those tickets, it'll let you go back to that like the seat screen, and you can go ahead and just select a different set of tickets. So that's nice. Also with the website, if you are like on it and it's like someone gets those tickets before you get there, if you press OK, it will automatically refresh, which is super annoying because you're like, every time you press OK, so like, especially towards the end when most of the tickets were gone, every time I press OK, it will refresh. And you're like, I just want to click the next ticket and I have to wait for this to refresh. If you press outside of that box, it seems like if you kind of like press on the seats or press on the page, that box will go away and you can just press the next available seats. So that's an option for you to kind of get rid of that whole like refreshing process. Even though the refreshing could be good because you'll see the most accurate maps, but it can be a pain when you're like, I don't have 5-10 seconds for you to refresh. I need you to select these tickets right now, especially when it's down to the nitty gritty at the end. So there's something to be mindful of. Something else is that it can be difficult to click on individual tickets with your finger when you're on the app. I had this happen and I kind of freaked out because I just wanted to select one ticket and my finger was just not selecting it on my screen. So you might want to just use a stylus. In hindsight, I would have just did that. But it's really fairly easy to do it with your click, like on your cursor on your computer. So that's a pro for the computer, more precise picking of those tickets. And also, this is random, but I didn't know this. So the orange dots that appear on the seats, like the circles that are orange, are the VIP soundcheck tickets. I did not know that. I thought they were resale tickets. I didn't even look at them. So yeah, don't be like me. Definitely get those if you see them. Okay, so and this is the most important thing you need to know. On the Ticketmaster link that they provided on Twitter, it said that it had the queue information. It said the queue opens up 30 minutes before ticket sales. So that was like the general kind of like thing that they do for most ticket sales. Then they posted something specifically about BTS tickets, and it said the queue would open 10 minutes before ticket sales. Well, neither of those times actually was correct. So I was trying to buy for two different arenas or stadiums. So the first time I had my devices up, it was maybe like 15 minutes or so beforehand. And then all of a sudden, one of my phones reloaded itself, like it got off the page. And when it reloaded, it said join the queue. It was maybe 12 or 13 minutes before the actual queue was like, before the countdown was supposed to go down to 0. And I was like, the queue was supposed to open 10 minutes before. Why is it doing this now? So I refreshed on all of my pages and it was like, okay, join the queue. So that kind of gave me a clue, like, okay, the queue opens up before they said it's going to. So the next time, like the next show I was trying to get to, I was like, okay, let me try 20 minutes before it goes down to 0. So nothing happened. So I tried 15 minutes. Nothing happened. I was like, well, I'm going to try every minute before 10 because I knew it happened between 12 and 13 minutes. And so literally when I clicked on 14 and I refreshed, the join the pre-queue appeared. I was stunned. I refreshed all my other pages and got into the queue, like did the captures, got into the queue, and that I think really helped me because I got tickets pretty fast afterwards. So yeah, definitely don't listen to what those posts say, like refresh. I would say it might not be the same for each round of tickets. Like it might not be 14 minutes on the dot, but 30 minutes beforehand. Just stay on there. And if you need to refresh every minute after 30 minutes, I would do it, because that's going to give you a leg up. If everybody's waiting for 10 minutes, because that's what they said, you get in 14 minutes ahead, you're already in the queue. Like, I got in for like literally on the dot, and there were still probably 2,000 people in front of me. So yeah. Well, it still said there were 2,000 people in front of me, but I got through really, really fast. So that's a really huge tip. If you're in the queue, just refresh every minute, like after 30 minutes, especially when it gets down to 20, like refresh every minute, and you might get like a leg up and get the tickets you really, really want. So yeah, I think that's going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I wish you all luck. Probably good. We're going to hear tomorrow morning what the dates are going to be. That's my guess. So I hope you all get the tickets you're looking for. Thank you so much.